Yep.
So we'll see what they decide to do here. They do
Right
have
here.
two ultimates to work with, RAD
Right here.
Syndicate. They have the Showstopper as well as the Neural Theft, so maybe those in conjunction could win them the round if that's what they decide to go for. Sai, for the meantime, perched up on this box next to the elevator, just providing support to Harsh like we've seen him do in all
Yeah.
these previous rounds. Can I drop the
It's
smokes?
Sai and Harsh in a pair, and it looks as they're going to try and hit A. Now, A is not going to be that easy. One of the trap wires has been dealt with towards A shot, but just look at the rotation coming out from Paradox. He's actually starting to flank. There's one Cypher. I believe that's Tito who's sitting in defender spawn. The defensive Cypher, Batman, has been taken out as Global Esports make progress on A. The spike will get planted. They're starting to hold on to the spike. Starboy just getting a little bit aggressive, pushes out, gets picked off. Paradox. This is the man with the flank. He's starting to flank bit by bit with his raise. How much can they accomplish? He's got a wall. I don't think that wall is going to... Okay, he actually manages to place the wall over the box. So he's got a little bit of control to work with, but unfortunately, Harsh was just marking the edge of the wall. Takes away Paradox. Master tries his hardest with the Vandal. Gets two crucial kills, but his hardest, his best is simply not enough as Rexy will hunt, shoot him down through those boxes. Master done for. Noble Esports, their momentum has swung, their rhythm of this game has swung completely as it looked like a very touch and go affair for okay. Noble Esports, they did good on their defense. They ended the defense with a lead of 8-4. RAD Syndicate on their defense did manage to come back, but once again, Noble Esports has started to pull through. We've got to look at ultimates for okay. Anything you think in particular can be put to good use in this round?
Not really. I do think that the side of RAD Syndicate though have an advantage when it comes to the ultimates because
Right
they're gonna
here.
have Paradox's ult up soon. So maybe if they can secure themselves an orb for this guy, he can go out early, get themselves some information, allow them to make aggressive moves on the map and take map control away from Noble Esports, pincer them, and sort of use their own strat against them because pushing out is something that we've seen Noble Esports often do even when they're on defense with the Sova, with Cypher and whatnot. But look at this. Hush instantly shuts down that possibility by taking the first kill onto Paradox, and Starboy tags on the Jet, stops his aggression for a bit, but a double P coming in from Sai as well as the Jet manages to find ZBDF. Tito on the meantime finds the trade onto Starboy. Hush has full HP, is going to use the updraft to make his way towards her, and I don't think Master is expecting this, and his head is going to get blown clean off of his shoulders. When they mentioned head and shoulders, Vivek, I was imagining a shampoo, but I think the side of Noble Esports put a different meaning to that name. Rexy now on the lurk is trying to find the last straggler on the side of RAD Syndicate. He does pass him by, but I don't think he was a man.
Yeah, Batman, he's making progress with his friends. He's actually managed to find himself a weapon. So Batman finds himself a weapon. He's not going to be allowed to hold on to it. Both Cyphers cross in that awkward connector between A and B towards attacker spawn. But yeah, Batman does get a little cheeky. Tries to steal a Vandal.
31 kills for Hush on the scoreboard on the map awake. This man is insane. Give this guy a promotion, give this guy a raise, give this guy a Ferrari, give this guy whatever the hell he wants, because if he was on my team, I would want him to continue to perform like that every single round. Noble finally have built up their economy and broken the bank that RAD Syndicate had built up for themselves. And things looking real scary for RAD Syndicate. Very crucial round to win. Starts off with Starboy and is out on the Sova, is able to find Tito off the bat. Master also able to find the pick, but quickly traded out by Rexy and Sai. Down to a 3v3. And the attackers making their way towards his B side. Oh, cheeky teleporter play coming in from Paradox. Quickly shot down by Harsh though. And just like that, they made their way towards the B side. But Batman peeks out at just the perfect time. Takes out Harsh down to a 2v2. Still 1 minute remaining on the clock. Can decide to slow things down if needed. But RAD Syndicate, they know exactly where Noble Esports are. And they're gonna take their sweet time with 1 minute left on the clock to decide where they want to go on the map. Both Sova struggling to get onto A and establish some control. Starboy is up towards heaven. I think he hears the noise that is being made. It's gonna cause out a shock dart. And oh my goodness! This guy is like Lavia. He doesn't need training from Dronacharya because he can teach everything by himself. Take his thumb, take his finger, take everything he has, and he'll still shoot you down. Starboy making this a 2v1 from a 1v1. The Sova has the ultimate up and running, but Badman has his number, and that's what's more important, as the spike will be defused. Neural Theft was used in this round, and looks like RAD Syndicate Cypher is already going to be making his way towards the next ultimate with 2 further points.
Yeah, Starboy really pulling in the magic there. I mean, Starboy said enough is enough. I have the Hunter's Fury. I really need to put it to good use, and he did that. And good stuff coming up from Starboy in that round. You mentioned ultimate points, Floki. What are we looking at in terms of ultimates this round? Who do you think really needs to step up? We see 4 members of the offense. We see Rexy with his ultimate. We see Tito with the Neural Theft. We have Sai with the Orbital Strike even, and we have Hush with the Nice Out. So we can see some combination of the Orbital Strike and maybe just a Boombot. I don't know. Whatever they can put together to just clear information and clear and control the map. But now it's an all-road.
Yeah, I really want to see them use their ults in conjunction with the Cypher to get that first frag and get the Neural Theft up and running, because if that gets up and running, you can seal this round by yourself. But for now, Hika is going to get taken down. Fortunately, he didn't have his ultimate, so it's not that big of a loss, but it's still a man advantage in the favor of RAD Syndicate. Can they do more here, though? ZBDF is able to find a second pick onto Hush, and looks like this push is quickly going to grab for Global Esports, as RAD Syndicate are able to shut it down rather swiftly. Master comes in, final nail in the coffin is being hammered, and Global Esports lose 2 rounds in a row, and it's down to this final round. It's going to decide who has the economic advantage, as the side of RAD Syndicate make it alive with all their members into this round, so they only need to purchase shields, no rifles, and their economy getting stronger and stronger by the moment. Global Esports, they will have one final crack at it though to make this a bit more closer of an affair.
Yep. Rexy, what he tried to do there was send the Owl Drone and then try and make a play with the Hunter's Fury on the back of that. The better Sovas would obviously begin maybe with the Recon Bolt and maybe even toss in a couple of shock darts, but he tried to make a very difficult play, because the kind of distance that he was working with on the Hunter's Fury, the better players had the confidence to be able to sidestep the Hunter's Fury at that kind of distance and not fall prey to it. One player tagged by the Owl Drone, Starboy doing his bit on his Sova this time, as the offense, Global Esports, are considering and flirting with the idea of moving on to B Floki. Paint shells being tossed out. There's still Badman that they have to clear in this pesky little corner, but Rexy's up to the Taskmaster there with the trade. Rexy will end up falling. 4 members of Global Esports bit by bit trying to take control of the side, but there's still Starboy anchoring on from back of side, getting that kill needed on the Hika. He's going to follow it up with another crucial one onto Tito. This man has no limits, has his Vandal. It's got a limited clip to work with, but he's gotten 3 kills with it. It's now Sai all by himself on the Brimstone, who's managing to pull things back. He cleared ZBTF, but he didn't know that Paradox was right there. Paradox bests him. Paradox peaks at the better, the more opportune moment, and clutches that round out for RAD Syndicate. Floki, are we looking at overtime?
I hope so, certainly, because that's going to mean a more interesting game, but I'm not sure if Global Esports have enough gas in the tank to drive the Scout towards overtime. It's going to be a tall order. They have rifles, they have light shields, but it's not the best buy in the world. And at this point, that Paradox Phantom can do a lot of work, especially if he gets the first ult point out towards B main or showers and find a kill. This is going to be a very, very crucial round for Global Esports. They're going to have to reach deep in the strat book and pull out the best possible strat that they have, because they need to make sure that they can win this particular round.
Here.
Yeah,
it's 11-11, Floki. I've been looking at the economy and I'm trying to figure out who is an advantage in this round. I don't think anyone has an advantage. The map just seems to favor the defense a little bit. The defense for now, well, they've got a solid setup towards B. It's the Cypher and the Raze. The Raze can, play from anywhere. She's not even looking for hookah control. The rest of them are just playing very, very passive at A. Look at ZBDF. He's ready to take up whatever comes his way, Floki.
absolutely. And ZBDF, I mean, on that off, he's been really, really strong in the previous 2 rounds. We've seen him get some really crucial shots off, controlling the site all by himself, anchoring it down, and being the player that his team needs him to be, really. And this is the flexibility that Omen really offers, right? As an agent, you have a flash, you have some smokes that you can lay out for yourself, and you have some mobility with a shrouded step. So it can be really, really good if you can lock down to a site all by yourself and you're not looked at by your team as the guy who's just a bunch of smokes. I have to say though, Noble Esports, they have been known to make two with just a bunch of SMGs in this round. I remember seeing Sai just winning an eco round on split with nothing but his knives. This time around though, he is on the Brimstone. Perhaps he can get a good ult going for himself, but it might not be the case if he gets taken out rather quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I really don't know what Noble Esports can put together here. Sai, he's tried his best to clutch things out in that previous round, but I don't know if his best is enough. Master's actually going to take a little bit of control towards A shot. He's going to push out one. Sai, this man, he's found an opening. He's playing the Brimstone. That Brimstone fundamentally a controller, but it doesn't matter. It's the human that controls the agent, not the agent that controls the human. And Sai is showing us that this agent can do a lot. Master is going to move closer towards the side. B is a little open. The Cypher traps are there. But Batman isn't there in person to look after his camera. The smokes are starting to come through. There are 2 people on side. One, the Raze. The Raze with the boom bot in hand gets caught looking a little bit silly, but Hush sprays wildly through that smoke. Doesn't really get too much done. Backup has arrived though, and Hush with a little bit of help through that smoke will finally find that kill. But elsewhere, Paradox is causing all sorts of problems as he's managed to hold up. He's managed to hold up most of the offense that tried to swing back to A. The spike is dead. 3 members are dead. It's once again Sai and Hush. Hush missing. It's just Sai all by himself. And how much can just Sai do? Why is he in this part of the map with no friend, no one by his side? He's going to try nonetheless. Finds a kill, brings down Paradox. He has no idea where the other 2 members are. And without information, ZBDF has the confidence to just outpeak Sai, shoot him down with the operator, and clutch that down round for RAD Syndicate. 12-11. Can Noble Esports take this to overtime? I don't know the answer, Floki.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very close round. I mean, it's not going to be a close round, but it's going to be... it's going to take everything that Noble Esports have to pull this off.
Yep.
They're not going to be working with the ideal weapons. They're not going to be working with a lot of shields. They only have their minds, their fingers, and their ultimates to use. Speaking of ultimates, Hush, we'll see if he's as good as Sai on the knives for this time around, though. But RAD Syndicate, they have to be feeling really, really comfortable and don't feel like they need to make any aggressive plays. But perhaps that's the plan. That's what Noble Esports are banking on because there are 5 people towards this B area, Vivek.
Yeah, there's the orbital strike. They want to clear out the side. Master will actually move into that pocket. He's patient. He knows that one player is leaked into elbow. He needs to deal with Tito first. He gets Tito, doesn't get Higa. Higa quick with the Vandal, finds one, and Hush has done his work. Sneaking into elbow, finds a crucial kill. Sai also chimes in with another. It's now a 3v2 for Noble Esports. The spike has been planted. This is their post plant. They aren't meant to lose this. It's only if Paradox and ZBDF can pull out Magic. The problem with Magic is ZBDF had an operator in the previous round, so until he upgrades to a better weapon, I'm not quite sure if he can make this retake work. So a lot of the heavy lifting has to be done by Paradox. ZBDF is just being patient towards defender spawn. He's tossing in the paranoia. Paradox is going to try and work on the back of this. There's a recon bolt that's a problem though. He walks in. Who does he find? Not too much success as he finds only Hush, and he's now missing Paradox. Sai though will put the final nail in the coffin, Floki, as he brings down ZBDF.
Switching
and Noble
sides.
Esports are going to take this to overtime.
Man, what a close game. What a close game, and what an ending to this round 1, really, with both sides being tied up by 12 and 12, going into what is, I believe, the second overtime of the first round in this Valorant Esports India Invitational, Vivek.
Yep.
And man, what better teams to showcase us what an overtime can do apart from these two. Harsh has the AWP at the ready, but I don't see any shields on him. It's not too bad, given the fact that you're playing defense. It can work out in your favor. But if he ends up getting swarmed, then he's going to have to hold his breath, because if he manages to... If he gets caught up with his pants down, this A defense is not looking too good. With just Sai and Harsh locking down. Lots of responsibility on his shoulders. We'll see if he pulls through. Badman towards the showers area, though. Just going to take it easy for now. Gonna peek around. See if he can find someone, see if any stragglers are there, all by his lonesome. Maybe get some distractions up and running, force some rotations towards the side with a kill or two.
Yep, I mean, it seems like a reasonable setup. Batman is just going to try and hold the rotation to a Shaz. Raze is going to clear out Hookah with the Boombot. The rest of the offense, the rest of RAD Syndicate, they're just grouped up towards B-Long. Paradox, the man who always takes the burden of being the entry upon him, eats a pain shell. He'll swing back and take a ultimate orb. If he does manage to get a couple of kills, I think 3 kills to be precise, I think he's got enough to get the run it back. Batman will actually open up the scoreboard as he swung in A and he's caught Hush mid-rotation. So RAD Syndicate have actually taken control of A and Batman switches over to the Operator, a weapon he's used in other games and other forms. How much can he do with it? He finds 1 kill. He's done more than enough. The Vandal and the Operator both being put to good use for Batman as he opens up the A spike site. The spike planted. RAD Syndicate have control of the site. They've done it. This is the harder round, Floki. You've got to win offense if you want to win defense. The question is, there's still time on the spike. Can RAD Syndicate hold on though? The retake is starting to come through bit by bit. The paranoia there just to help just in case. Rexy will manage to find the kill. Tito does find another crucial one. Starboy and Paradox there. They're there with the trades. They're there. Paradox, especially towards Lamp, was so crucial in that round.
Sides.
He shuts down
Match
the retake. RAD Syndicate, they win on the offense. Now they got to win on the defense, Loki.
Absolutely, and they're caught between a rock and a hard place here. Winning on offense is not the easiest things to do, but the side of Global Esports have done that. Even when the chips are down, even when the odds are stacked against them, they can pull out a miracle from their top hat. They can pull out a bunny and perform some magic when needed. Question is, can they do it again? Because this time around, it's going to be a full buy from the side of Global Esports, and this map is a little bit more favored towards the defenders. This time around, it's going to be the default Sai and okay, Sai and Harsh were towards Showers. Nice flash by Phoenix, but Harsh's crosshair was aimed at his head. And just like that, the man advantage falling in the favor of Global Esports. What can you do with it now? The defense is going to start crumbling slowly but surely here, Vivek.
Yeah, I mean, Paradox pushed the flash, the curveball, it was perfect. But Harsh was holding such a tight angle that he just prayed wildly. Not wildly, but with a lot of control actually while he was blinded. So he was ready for the push. He punished Paradox. Paradox, again, you know, he tries to force the issue on the map, you get punished. You try and force the issue in this game, you get punished. The defense are missing a member, and now Global Esports have all the time in the world, the luxury of really figuring out what they want to do. For now, it looks as they want to push through Hookah. Push through A shot. They're coming through A shot. They have the spike, the teleporter right next to them, and with these sky smokes, they should be able to get the spike down. Spike is down for Global Esports. 4 members on the defense who've got to make this retake work. ZBDF will start off nicely, does manage to find the kill. He's holding on towards Lamp, and he's got Starboy to back him up. Starboy from that cheeky little corner gets 2 crucial kills. It's now a 3v2. The spike is ticking. RAD Syndicate want to go tap that spike as soon as they can, but Sai towards A shot is just holding them down. He's also got the stim pack if he needs it. It's one man who's trying to do his best for this retake. It's this man, Batman. He gets the kill on his side. He's got to get past Hush. I don't know if he has time, Floki. Hush with the knives is just dancing around these boxes. Batman doesn't have time. He's got to kill Hush. I think he's run out of time. There's nothing he can do. We are going to a second overtime, Floki.
And this, man, I have to say, that round was all on side. Those kills looked so beautiful. The Vandal penetrating through the box and hitting him in the head. And the next kill onto Omen, his crosshair perfectly aimed at his head. Sai, give this man a medal because he's a hero. He's a goddamn hero for the side of Global Esports. And if it weren't for him, I'm not sure you'd be seeing a second overtime over here. RAD Syndicate almost ran away with that. Starboy with his 2 very crucial frags put the side of RAD Syndicate back on the board, put the man advantage back in their favor, but Sai was quick to respond, and man, using his wealth of experience, being able to switch out from shot calling and providing assistance to your teammates to fragging when needed, that's the sign of a very talented player.
Noble, they're so smart. They do the coordinated B-long push. This was a classic textbook play from a lot of teams in NA and Europe. T1, well, to an extent famous for it. Noble pull it off. They get 1 kill, but immediately Sai gets picked off. So that's the problem here. And this is not good for the defense. They've got Harsh. Harsh is trying to anchor down Lamps. He's got a smoke to work with. But I think RAD Syndicate can just go and plant the spike. They can take their chances and play the game of trades in this post plant. Tito, however, has managed to lurk onto the side. Hush cleared. Lamps is no more an issue for Master and Paradox, as neither is Tito, neither is Hika. All of them have been deleted. It's just one man, Sova, on the defense. I don't know if Rexy can really pull this out all by himself. He gets picked off. He tries his hardest, manages to find the kill. But RAD Syndicate swarm him with numbers.
Match point.
And Rexy's been done for. And now Global Esports, Floki, they've got to play on the offense.
Man, once again, Global Esports, it took a hero play from Sai to put them back on the board and push it to a second overtime. Can he do it again? Can the side of Global Esports come together, put their heads together, and really take this to a second overtime? The answer, we'll find out in the next 2 minutes, Vivek. We'll see what the side of RAD Syndicate can pull off. They have been a little bit hesitant on the defense side. They've known to make some really good individual plays, but when it comes to taking stock of enemies' positioning, they seem to lose track of that a little bit.
I think in the previous overtime the issue was Paradox pushing. This time no one's pushing. They're actually rotating safely. So they give it up B. Global are actually going to get the spike down in B. I don't know if it's going to be that simple because Batman tries to get a little cheeky. Paradox just pushes in. It's W gaming all day for Paradox. Finally, Sai will shut him down. Sai's had about enough of this nonsense as he brings down Master and Starboy. It's one man, ZBDF. 4 alphabets, 1 man, 1 omen, a singularity in hand. How much can he pull off? He's got to pull off the round of his life, but Rexy will just not let him. Third overtime.
And Sai, you
Switching
beast,
sides.
can you calm
Overtime.
the hell down and stop carrying your goddamn team? Holy crap! This man has clutched not 1, but 2 rounds in a row in overtime when most people start crumbling under pressure. This guy needs a raise. We started by seeing this game. When we started off, Sai was on the bottom of the leaderboard, Vivek. But after those last 2 rounds, he's put himself on number 2 right behind Hush. Yes, he does not have a lot of kills as compared to him. But man, that climb, that ability to switch from shot calling to just fragging when needed from Sai being demonstrated masterfully here as he keeps his team alive.
Are you going to call him the Glaive?
No, I am not going to call him anything. I'm going to call him Sai. That man deserves an identity of his own because his play is distinctive.
Yeah, he does. He does. He is, I mean, I don't know if he is calling the shots. I mean, I can only guess that he is calling the shots. For now, Rexy gets a little bit of information. He knew that Batman was just trying to get a little bit of information towards A shot, and he's been pushed back. So the Owl drone has done his bit. 2 smokes committed towards A shot. So effectively, in terms of control, there's just 1 more smoke to work with. I don't know if Sai's committed that as well. But 50 seconds on the clock. Whatever Sai is doing to slow them down, it's working. The spike is towards B shot. They want to work B. They're moving in towards hookah bit by bit. I don't know what abilities they've got. Batman's actually swung towards hookah, so now it's very, very easy for Global Esports to get a read. There's Rexy with the arrow. Does manage to spot 1. He's spraying wildly, finds a kill. Starboy dead, the spike on the floor. The Phantom has done his trick, and Tito chimes in with 1 more. Batman trying to hold the flank, but will there even be a flank? Will the spike even be planted in the first place? There's Master trying to plant it, but he's been revealed. He's been tagged. ZBDF will deal with Hush for now. So Hush has been taken out of the equation. One of the danger men from Global Esports is no more on the server. Make that 3 as Tito and Rexy fall in a matter of seconds. Now, Batman and Master, they've got to hold on to this post plant. There's one issue though. There's one problem that they've got to get past, and that's Hika. Hika, bit by bit, clearing out the angles. There's enough shields to work with. He knows that there's 1 member on site, but they will not give him the opportunity to have a straightforward duel. Batman peeks, but Master backs him up. I believe that was the showstopper. Good enough to pull it out in overtime. You have 1 round to work with. Just use it.
Absolutely. Great performance there by Master, finding that trade just in the nick of time, making sure that Global Esports can't really get a leg up in this overtime. And Sai, man, this guy and pressure, there's some correlation between the two. I think it's inversely proportional because every time the pressure is on Global Esports, he picks up the pace and he brings out the big guns. He comes and starts putting bullets in people's heads like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
RAD Syndicate though, have they learned their lesson? That's what I'm curious to find out.
Yeah. Sai has done this a lot in the past, and if Sai's not doing it, Harsh is doing it. Harsh steps up, they get control of Hookah. Master just getting a little bit lackadaisical with the use of the boom bot, gets caught looking a little silly, and now Noble Esports can push for more. Badman, he's pushing on defense, and he's actually going to bring down Sai. Sai is going to be so disappointed about that. The numbers that Noble fought so hard to accrue, the advantage that they had, it's gone. It's now a 4v4. RAD Syndicate have managed to pull back the numbers. Noble want everything they can in the textbook to get the spike down and win this round, but Paradox from Lamp is always an issue. There comes another flash. Rexy blinded, will not take the duel. The spike is being planted. It's 3 members from Noble Esports. Have they got enough? Make that 2. Hush has been deleted. Rexy dead. Hika to follow. We're going into...
No.
I've lost count of how many overtimes you've gone into. So 15, so
Yeah,
12,
I mean,
12,
this is
13,
not a
14,
full time. RAD Syndicate take this.
No,
RAD
okay.
Syndicate.
Defenders win.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. Badman with the collateral. Holy crap. I mean, we were talking about how Sai pulled through, but Badman in that last round as their IGL managed to pull it back in the favor of RAD Syndicate. And ladies and gentlemen, what a BO3. We couldn't have asked for a better ending with 2 overtimes in play. And I have to say, great performance by both sides, really. And I can't really pick out an MVP, Vivek. It's just not possible for me. But if you had to pick one out, who would it be? Personally, your MVP. I don't want you to go by stats. I want you to tell me what you feel.
For me, it's Paradox. It has to be Paradox. I think, I mean, if you had to pick one from the winning team, it would be Paradox. For the series or for this map, I think for the winning team, it had to be Paradox, and maybe from the losing team, I think I'm going to go with Sai and Hush. It's so hard, Floki. So hard to pick one between Sai and Hush.
I think the thing about Harsh is that he really performed well until it was overtime. And when it was overtime, I think being the younger lad, being some of the newer blood into the scene, the pressure can really get to you. And Sai, recognizing that, really stepped up his play. But that's it for today, folks. The round 1 is over. But round 2 is going to be coming soon. Next Saturday, I mean, this coming Saturday, in fact, we are going to be having the second round. And we're going to be having some really interesting teams there. We have Reckoning Esports, we have FAR Esports, we have Global Esports. We have so many teams with the name Esports in them. And it's going to be the side of RAD Syndicate, the only black sheep in that family of esports named teams. We'll see what they can pull through. We're gonna be going live on Saturday, but if you want to know exactly when we're going to be going live, I suggest you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch at One Play Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. It's not Saturday. It's Friday. It's Friday. My bad. Well, regardless, if you don't want to make mistakes like I do, the best thing to do is just to follow us on our social media, guys. That's One Play Esports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. Like, subscribe, share, and follow. You can find me and Vivek on our respective social media as displayed below our names. Vivek, is there any other social media you'd like to shout out? Anything else you'd like to say before we end the stream? No? Well, it's going to be sayonara from me and Vivek here, folks. It was fun having you around, and I hopefully will see you again on Friday.